Would you download an app that tells you the exact time of your death? Or would you want to know about it? The movie begins with a group of friends celebrating a party. One of them, a girl named Courtney, is persuaded by her friends to download a mobile app called Countdown. This app tells users when they will die and how much time they have left. The other friends get positive results, but Courtney sees that she is going to die in just 3 hours. Seeing this, she gets scared and refuses to go home with her friend Evan. She starts walking home alone. On the way, she begins to see strange things and feels like someone is following her. Just then, she receives a notification on her phone saying she has violated the app's terms and policies. Later, when she reaches home, an unseen force kills her, and the timer on the app hits 0. It now becomes clear that this app is not just a joke. Then we are shown a car accident in which a tree branch pierces through the exact seat where Courtney was supposed to sit. Now we are introduced to the film's main character, a nurse named Quinn. She works in a hospital where she meets Evan, who is injured. Evan tells her about the Countdown app and says that he also has only a few hours left. Quinn tries to convince him not to believe in the app. Evan says he knows he will die during surgery, but Quinn encourages him not to lose hope. Quinn's colleagues also download the app and all get good results, meaning they have long lives. But Quinn still suspects something is wrong with the app. Just then, a drug-affected woman is brought to the hospital who had stopped breathing. The doctors inject her with some medicine and she comes back to life. Quinn also downloads the app and gets worried when she finds out she has only 3 days left to live. This thought stresses her out. Meanwhile, Evan, who had skipped his surgery, walks toward the emergency room's exit. At that moment, he receives a notification: "You have violated the user agreement." Then a ghost that looks like Courtney appears in front of him and pushes him down. Evan dies then and there. Quinn needs to go home to pick up some papers. When she gets there, she finds her younger sister Jordan hiding in a cupboard with her friend. Actually, neither of the sisters knew the other was present. The next day, Quinn learns about Evan's death. She quietly looks at his dead body and his phone. His countdown timer had reached 0 exactly when he died. Now Quinn becomes very disturbed and another notification appears: "User agreement violated." She then starts looking into the app in detail and finds out that many people have lost their lives because of this app. She watches a video of a girl who died while promoting the app. When she reads the comments where people call the app fake, she feels a bit relieved. But then Evan's ghost appears in front of her. She gets scared, but when she looks again, there is no one there. In panic, Quinn breaks her phone, but the countdown timer still keeps running. She comes out of her flat and hides in a car where she falls asleep. In the morning, her sister Jordan wakes her up. When Jordan sees her sister's phone, she finds out about the app. The two sisters argue because Jordan wants to stay with Quinn for a day. Actually, an old lady was appointed to take care of Jordan, but Jordan didn't want to stay with her, so she wanted to be with Quinn. But Quinn was already scared because of the app, so she doesn't allow her to stay. As Jordan is leaving, she says, "Now I will also download this app." Hearing this, Quinn becomes frightened. She goes to a mobile shop and buys a new phone. But surprisingly, as soon as she turns on the new phone, the Countdown app automatically installs. While she is in the car, a ghost attacks her, causing an accident. She gets out of the car in fear. That's when she meets a boy named Matt, who also has the same app on his phone. He too has very little time left. Together, they go to a club and install the app on an alcoholic's phone so they can read the user agreement. The app also reveals the location where the user will die. All those who died had violated the terms and policies, meaning they had broken or ignored the rules. Meanwhile, Matt sees the ghost of his brother in a washroom who attacks him, but he survives. Then the two go to a father who tells them that the app's code can reveal some secrets, helping them uncover the truth. When the father hears about the ghosts, he becomes very excited and tells them an old folk tale written in an ancient version of the Bible. Long ago there was a prince whose father, the king, was ill. The king was not in a condition to fight, so the prince had to lead the army. Before going to battle, he visited a nomad lady who told the future. She gave him an old paper scroll and said, "Don't ignore what is written here and don't use it for your own benefit." When the prince opened the scroll, it had a timer that showed that if he fought the battle himself, he would die. Following the woman's advice, the prince sent his younger brother to fight instead. His brother won the battle. Later, the prince visited the woman again and said, "I feel like death is following me." Then the woman replied, "This is not death but a terrifying spirit, Ozan. He won't kill you quickly but will torment you." All of this happens only because of a cruel human being. If you think our stories are interesting, then imagine how far we could go with just 200 subscribers. Subscribe now or else, we will surely remember you. And then, exactly at that moment, Prince dies, just as it was written on that paper roll. The timer on the paper roll looked exactly like the one shown in the Countdown app. That's why it can be said that this app is an upgraded version of that old folklore. But where did this app come from? Who made it? There's no information available about that. Now Quinn and Matt go to the mobile salesman from whom Quinn had purchased the new phone. They ask him to hack the app. He agrees in exchange for money. He tells them that this isn't any ordinary app, but a super app. Its size is 60 gigabytes. Everyone is shocked to hear this. How can such a simple timer app be so large and complex? Then he hacks the code of the app. A written statement appears and Quinn takes a photo of it. Apart from this, the app is also showing the life timers of many users, including Jordan's name. Now it is confirmed that Jordan has also installed the app, and her life is just as limited as Quinn's. The salesman then changes the app's code and extends the life timers of Quinn, Jordan, Matt, and himself. Now everyone thinks everything is fine, and that everything has returned to normal. But that wasn't the case. Quinn and Matt are still together late at night, and something big is about to happen. Quinn and Matt are talking to each other. At midnight, Quinn suddenly wakes up and feels like Matt has placed his hand on her. But at that exact moment, Matt comes back into the room from outside. So then the question arises, whose hand was that? At that very moment, the ghost lying there suddenly attacks Quinn. Now their mobile life timers get updated, and the time has reduced once again. Seeing this, both of them become even more disturbed. Quinn now realizes that Jordan's life is also in danger. Meanwhile, Jordan is also attacked, and this time the ghost takes the form of her mother. All three, Quinn, Jordan, and Matt, go back to the father and share everything. Matt shows the father a version of the app. When the father reads it, he says that it's a curse. But it can be broken. Either someone dies before their timer ends, or somehow the timer is proven wrong. Now it's obvious that no one wants to die. So they all make a plan to prove the timer wrong. If they can prove it wrong even for a second, the curse will be broken. They create a warding circle, using glue and salt to prevent Ozan from entering. Then suddenly, Ozan arrives and appears before Matt in the form of his younger brother. Matt moves toward him and steps out of the warding circle. Then Ozan reveals his true form and drags Matt away with him. Quinn runs after him to save him. She reaches outside and sees Matt standing there completely fine. But just then a speeding car comes and hits Matt. Seeing this, it becomes clear that all their tricks failed, and Matt dies right at that moment. Now Quinn takes Jordan to the same hospital where she works. The other nurses there tell her that Dr. Sullivan also tried to harass them. Quinn thinks that if she kills Dr. Sullivan, she might be able to possess his remaining 57 years of life. She sets a trap and calls the doctor to the basement. Just as Quinn is about to kill the doctor, the ghost Ozan arrives and saves the doctor's life. Because according to the curse, no one can die before their time. Meanwhile, Ozan is now searching for Jordan and trying to eliminate her. Just as the ghost Ozan is about to finish Jordan, Quinn suddenly arrives, holding a drug. She tells the ghost, "If you do anything to my sister, I will kill myself." Now Ozan, disguised as her mother, tries every possible way to stop Quinn from doing it. But Quinn now knows the truth. She doesn't fall for the ghost's words and injects herself with a drug overdose. At first glance, her breathing stops and she dies. At that very moment, Ozan also disappears. Now Jordan, seeing her dead sister, starts crying loudly. Then she notices the word Narcan written on Quinn's hand. Nearby, an injection is lying. Jordan injects it into Quinn's hand, and Quinn comes back to life. It's the same scene as what happened to that girl at the beginning of the movie. Now the timers on both sisters' phones had completely stopped, which clearly meant their plan had succeeded. And now the curse had lifted from them. But just then Quinn receives a notification on her phone. Countdown 2.0 has been installed. This shows clearly that the ghost has also upgraded itself, and something bad might happen again. Now the scene cuts, and we see the same phone salesman sitting with his friend that night. As soon as his friend goes to the washroom, he picks up her cell phone to check it. Suddenly, a notification comes from the Countdown app. You have violated the user agreement. Meaning, hacking the app was his mistake. All of a sudden, all the hotel lights go out, and the ghost finishes him off as well. And with this, the movie ends. We keep bringing such interesting stories, but this channel still has fewer than 200 subscribers. If you like the content, please support us. Subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for new videos.